think envision the possibility of a husband wanting to have the surname of a wife. But at the same time, it has also been noted that it gives the party the option of doing so. Many women get married and they do not take the husband's surname. So that happens often. So if there is a husband out there that wants to take his wife's surname, now in terms of the scrutiny of the parliament, obviously next law in 24 months, he is now allowed to have the option of taking his wife's.
The higher court has ruled that husbands can now take the surname of their wives in South Africa, overturning a law that barred them from doing so back when it was introduced during the white minority rule. I'm guessing apartheid. So what this literally means is when a couple gets married, a man is now allowed, or a man is now able to take the surname of the wife. Am I the only one who finds this news update useless? I feel like we're supposed to be focusing on I don't want to cuss anymore, you know? But I feel like we're supposed to be focusing on stuff that really matters in this country. How to mitigate the unemployment rate. How we're gonna end corruption. You know? How we're gonna improve our relationship with other Africans so we are no longer dependent on Western powers and forces. But instead we focus on pussies, should I say? I'm sorry if I offended anybody. I'm sorry, it wasn't my intention. I've got a big mouth, which is dangerous. But let's continue. Mama always said I had a big mouth. I'm sorry. So 2 couples woke up and decided, you know what? We're gonna take this to court. 2 couples literally woke up and decided that no man, this law that prohibits a man from taking a woman's surname is archaic. It's literally archaic. I forgot the other word, but I wrote it here. It's literally difficult to say. I couldn't memorize it. But 2 couples, 2 individuals. No, a couple. Sorry, I said 2 couples. 2 couples. Okay, no, 2 couples or an individual. I don't know what I'm saying. But a couple woke up, or 2 couples. A minority woke up and decided, okay, this law has to go. No. Let's forget about the water situation in South Africa. Huh? Let's forget about how NSFAS is literally failing in real time. Let's forget about how Otabo Besta can make demands in prison. Let's forget about those. Let's focus on this. This couple of individuals woke up and decided, no, this violates equality rights. The Constitutional Court ruled on September 11th of this year, 2025, in case this video is seen in 2025, that part of the Births and Deaths Registration Act 1992, Section 26.1, I guess, Regulation 18.2a of the related regulation, whatever, is now unconstitutional. The legal scheme was deemed discriminative on the basis of gender. The law will change in 24 months, but there's an interim remedy that allows it to occur now. South Africa is literally raising CC points. Who in their right mind, what masculine men in their right mind would want to take, what masculine South African men would want to take the surname of his wife's family?
Boy, if you don't...
I know I'm not traditional in sense. I know media may have diluted my way of thinking. I know I may be going through an identity crisis, if you may. You know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact that if a man has a child with the woman, this is outside marriage, if a man has a child with a woman, a child with a woman, the child is automatically going to take the man's surname, right?
No.
Isn't that tradition or anything? I may be wrong. Sharp. I may be wrong. Let's move on, right? But I know for a fact that if that woman automatically is tradition. There's claims that this law was brought into effect because we wanna bring about equality, dignity, legal and social fairness. You see how they be using big words just to confuse you and me. You see how they be using big words to confuse you and I feel like that is a proper one. How they be using big words just to confuse the masses. Legal and social fairness. What the hell do you mean? This is the funniest country in the world, my brother. It's a psyop. It's a psyop. I feel like at the end of the day, for those who know who I am, will know that I said what I said. Another trick, another trap. Have you noticed how BS has been promoted and regulated on the news? How BS is continuously regulated on the news. This is an example of one of them. Who cares, brother? Who cares, brother?
Brother, who cares? Who cares, brother?
If you want to take your wife's surname, do it. There was no need to make it a national a movement. Who cares, brother? Do it. It's the reason why I think. It's the reason why I think, bro. This is a Western thing, bro. In fact, now no. This is a white thing, bro. This is a Western. It's Western things, bro. This is movie shit. This is Western. You know what I'm saying? That's literally how I feel, bro. That's literally what it is. Who cares, brother? If you wanna take your wife's surname, who cares, brother? Do it. Nobody cares, bro. Let's focus on what's important in this country. Changing laws for useless individuals. Who cares, brother?
Today, smash.
Hey, it's funny because, bro, the way stuff be promoted on the news, the way we be focusing on stuff that don't really matter, I'm starting to wonder if the Alabuga start controversy was an actual issue, or if it was just a psyop to confuse us, a psyop to derail us from what's literally happening in South Africa. I'm starting to wonder if every single thing is just a smoke screen. Remember how we was culturally, in fact, how we was socially engineered during COVID-19? So social engineering, the way understanding is literally getting people to do what you want them to do. So the hackers will understand this, you understand? So they found a way to keep us indoors, okay, sharp. They found a way to minimize movement, sharp. They found a way to get us to take their vaccines, which is funny. I actually wanted to get access to a what is it? The certificate, the vaccination certificate, and the site is down. What was the use of getting the vaccine there? It's a whole psyop now, man. I'm getting pissed. But let's move on. It leads me to saying this, bro. Is this another form of cultural engineering? Are they trying to dilute our identity as a whole? Are they trying to erase identity, to dilute family structures, to fukuza us? They're trying to fukuza us, these people. I saw a video online or on the news of your president, Cupcake Cyril Ramaphosa. I apologize, but he was basically scolding or shouting, whatever. He held a meeting with the councillors, the ANC councillors, or whatever, talking stuff about how the DA is doing better than us, how healthy competition, what.
And those municipalities that do best are not ANC-controlled municipalities. And I can name it here because there's nothing wrong with competition. They are often DA-controlled municipalities. We need to ask ourselves, what is it that they are doing that is better than what we are doing? And there's nothing wrong with us saying we want to go and see what Cape Town is doing. We want to go and see what Stellenbosch is doing. How do they craft everything? We need to be moving up the ladder of being good at what we do. We cannot forever stay at the bottom.
You are urging your councillors to do better. My first question was, off the bat, don't you all know your jobs? Don't you all know your jobs? I would imagine that your job is to ensure that you do what's best for the country. Don't you know that you guys were supposed to do? But what was literally happening, Dani, was literally individuals were given jobs, right? And they neglected those responsibilities. And they were basically told to do what they already know they're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? My second question, where do you guys live? Where do you guys... Because if you guys were in South Africa, you'd understand how stuff is crumbling here. You know what I'm saying? Third, I feel like if he was actually serious, I feel like if our president was actually serious, we were going to get a different news update. Something more maybe controversial. I feel like we were going to get a news update about how Cyril Ramaphosa just fired a bunch of councillors or something like that. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe it's not allowed, or maybe it's not... It doesn't align with the law and stuff like that, you know what I'm talking about? But I feel like that's the news update we deserve as South Africans. At least okay, he's trying to root out this corruption and these corrupt individuals. But no, we both understand they're all working together. So I wonder if this president thinks we're stupid. You think you're stupid? You think we're stupid, bro? That's literally like me. Let's say I was a leader of something. In fact, I don't want to even get into it anymore, bro. I literally don't understand why it's been done. Why? To give us hope? Why? Or to give us hope, a false sense of hope, maybe? Or maybe it's because they're trying to win the next elections, the upcoming elections that I don't really care about anymore. We see this every single year. I don't understand how the DA municipalities are doing better than ANC. The ANC is made out of a bunch of savages. You know, to be given a responsibility and to have to be reminded by another old individual, an old man, of your responsibilities. You're acting like savages. A bunch of savages. Savage like the US. The US is savage based on this recent update, bro. This is okay. No, this is literally, I don't want to smoke anything, but the US is, yo, bro. The US doesn't play. It's savage, bro. After the recent assassination of Charlie Kirk, you know, we heard of, you know, a lot of stories. He was the suspect, whatever, was caught, stuff like that. And we saw a bunch of individuals celebrating it online. I'm not gonna pop up the clips this time because I feel like it's disrespectful, and I feel like if I did, I'll be contributing to that disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I did it once, I'm not gonna do it again. So a lot of individuals, I think it was left or right, I don't know, celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. And I saw a few clips which I found funny, of how these individuals that celebrated Charlie Kirk's death were literally getting fired at their places of work. And now the most recent one, the US is literally going to be deporting foreigners or immigrants or whoever who have something negative to say about Charlie Kirk, or who literally celebrate or take part in this whole devilish game. It's funny. It's funny, and it's the reason why I said it's savage. It's savage, and I feel like they're doing the right thing. Yeah, no, valid. Anyone who has the guts, or anyone who is able, any human being who is able to celebrate the death of another human being, not just another human being. This is not a mass murder or anything in a sense. This is literally because an individual had a different opinion from you. You know what I'm talking about? It's the reason why I would imagine the reason why Charlie Kirk was killed in the first place. But if you're able to celebrate the death of an individual who had a different opinion from you, then you are not allowed anywhere, bro.
In the days following the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk, many workers have been fired for their comments on his death. It's far from the first time workers have lost their jobs over something they said publicly, including in social media posts.
Crazy. You're crazy. You're nuts. But like I said before, I feel like at the end of the day, I said what I said.